Hello, friends, and welcome back to Thai Championship Boxing number 43 as we move into the second half of our fights. Starting here with match number 7, we have one of my favorite fighters here in TCB, Brent, in the forms of Aleks Okropiridze. This fighter currently is at an impressive 5'4", 22 years old, and notably going to make a big push to get past this 5-1 mark that he currently stands at.
I mean, 5-1, geez, come on, that's a good record right there. That's awesome. Coming from ground control, they always have a solid program. The main event title holder is from that team as well. He's right there in his corner, Caffrey Tate. And so, you know, I know the ground control guys pretty well. I know John Rollo. He's a great, awesome guy. And, you know, he's got a lot of great guys under him, a lot of great coaches under him, got a great gym. And so I know that Aleks is coming in, trained well, and his record shows that. So, you know, really excited to see these guys go at it. And it's you know, these guys can elbow the head, they can punch, kick to the head. No knees to the head, but once again, this is going to be a really exciting match to watch. No shin guards, too, by the way. So that thud on the legs or thud to the head, thud to the body, you're going to be able to feel it that much more.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Sean Barse.
What I'm really excited about for the course of this fight, Brent, is the fact that this is the most experience we're getting in the ring together up until this point here in TCB 43. We talked about the fact that Aleks has quite an impressive record at 5-1. Well, exceeding his experience in the ring here is going to be Sean Barse, coming through from Dominion BJJ. He currently is only at 3-4, but looking to get back to 50-50 here.
Yeah, I've seen Sean Barse around. He's a hungry young man coming in with a record of 3-4 from Dominion BJJ, but he's trying to get back in that win column. I know he's hungry to get in here and do just that here inside of the TCB ring, and he's got up against tough opposition here. A guy from ground control with he's a guy who doesn't like to lose, doesn't really know how to lose, and so this is going to be a tough one. He's going to really have to bring the heat if he wants to take this win from Aleks.
I do think that Sean has the potential with which to do so, but, you know, we talked a lot about how many people are fighting demons here tonight, fighting the hardest opponents that they've had so far, and that is definitely the case here for Sean. We're going to see what he's going to be able to bring against Mr. Okropiridze, who so far has been on a tear of this entire division.
Yeah, coming in at 118 pounds, these guys are going to be firecrackers. Let's send it to Chris to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB catch weight of 118 pounds. It is brought to you by our friends at Pev's Paintball and Airsoft Park, the Mid-Atlantic's premier paintball and airsoft park, and the Shop Gym, the Virginia Mecca, with locations in Manassas and Ashburn. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'4" and weighing in at 118 pounds, fighting out of ground control with a record of 5 wins and only 1 defeat, it's Aleks Okropiridze. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'6" and weighing in at 118 pounds, fighting out of Dominion BJJ with a record of 3 wins and 4 defeats, it's Sean Barse. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the catch weight of 118 pounds. It is brought to you by Pev's Paintball and Airsoft and the Shop Gym. Your referee is Angel Ortiz.
So excited to get into this one. You know, I keep saying that everything is going to be my match of the night. Well, so far, TCB 43 has not disappointed, and this could actually be my match of the night, Brad. Like I said before, big Aleks Okropiridze fan. One thing that I love about him is the fact he's such a nice guy out of the ring, but once you get in there with him, he kind of looks right past you. He's almost like dead fish eyes.
Yeah.
Just looking to stare a hole through you and towards a victory. So we're going to see what's going to happen.
Get some
if Sean
big
Barse
right hands there.
can answer, but already we are seeing that striking prowess from the shorter fighter.
Yeah, he looked in the zone. When they were announcing his name, he didn't flinch, and he was, like you say, just laser focused and coming out with humongous right hands on the face of Sean Barse.
And you can kind of tell that we're already getting to that point where we're taking that step up in skill level here for TCB, right? Aleks is doing such a good job of playing patiently, not crashing through, not forcing a clinch when you really don't need to. He's just simply getting solid offense in and forcing Sean into a situation where he's trying to take the initiative but just can't get much for it. In kind, we're getting really solid, snappy shots like that one. And Okropiridze is also incredibly good at just not overcommitting, not allowing for anything to happen on the retreat.
Yeah, Aleks is he is cracking with those hands at 118 pounds. I mean, he's hitting like a lightweight at 155, and he definitely felt that. Sean Barse took a couple steps back. His head got rattled there with that right hand, and that might be one of Alex's best tools there. Nice, strong right leg kick as well.
Yeah, and already you're starting to see the reddening of the face right there. Sean expending a lot of energy, just trying to play defensively. That's the thing. Aleks, it's a straight train to victory for him, you know. He knows when to throw out these tools. He's getting a lot of damage stacked up already. Barse, I think, is starting to think it's not only surviving this round number one, it's trying to answer back, but how do you do it against a guy who hasn't even blinked all match?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he has blinked, but he's coming in. He's got great power in his jab, great power in that right hand. He's checking leg kicks, and he's swinging for the fences. So Barse has really got to come up for an answer for that.
Yeah, right now, unfortunately, it just feels like the mental stack is so intensively in favor of Okropiridze, who's just there, answering everything, asking questions. And Barse, on the other hand, has to scramble to answer every single one of them, and in kind, he's just not getting much in the way of offense as a response. Now, one thing to note here is the fact that I think that Sean began to lock in a little bit more. I don't think he expected how vicious Okropiridze was going to be with those initial shots. And therefore, he's stiffened up that guard. He's playing a little bit more on the back foot. But honestly, at this point, just to try to develop a game plan, I think that works against Okropiridze. You need to just give yourself time before you get finished to try to construct something. Round number two, this is where he needs to turn on the gas, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Barse has got the reach and the advantages as far as the using his teeps, using his range. But he's not seeming to do that, and Aleks is really, you can tell he's just used to closing that distance on taller fighters and really finding the mark for that right hand.
Yeah, this is kind of an inversion of the Ortega fight that we talked about earlier versus Brian Hurst, where Hurst was just able to box out Ortega, and Ortega's only way in was a clinch that wasn't getting much offense. Aleks, though, is playing at that perfect sweet spot of range where it feels like both of them are in it, but Aleks is just better at the trades, better at baiting things out, knows how to get into effective range, and look at that. It's going to be a quick check of a kick from the side of Barse, immediately answered by a two-piece up top.
Yeah, Aleks just trying to find his range, and he knows how to do that pretty darn well. You know, it looks like Sean's trying to counter him as he enters, maybe with a knee or with an elbow. But really, he can't just wait around. He's got to create some offense for himself.
Almost gets a leg catch there. Okropiridze able to pull the foot back, and now he's just tearing it up. Barse, who's trying to just get around to an escape hatch across the side, will be able to bring things back to neutral ground. But if anything, that's just falling deeper into the clutches of Okropiridze's plan. He's happy to do that because he knows he's winning in neutral and just opening up new avenues of attack.
Yeah, Okropiridze is really firing hard with those leg kicks. You know, when you hit a guy up top with the punches, they kind of forget about the kicks, so then he can chop on his legs. So he's kind of having a beautiful mix of back and forth between the hands and the feet.
Barse at this point, I think, really understands the pressure that he's under. He's trying to defend everywhere at once, but in kind, he's not spending enough attention to the specific shots that Okropiridze are throwing. And because that's the case, Aleks is just getting in there. Big hook, gonna go to a clinch, finds a knee, breaks it back up, tries to find another hook as we see Barse once again retreat.
Barse scored a nice teep kick there to the face, and I want to see more of that from him, using that range, using those long kicks and a long reach that he does have, even though it doesn't seem like it, on Okropiridze.
Diving in once again, red corner, gonna be able to force Barse up against the side. That being said, not enough space to actually get any solid offense, so Angel Ortiz is gonna reset them, and immediately it's Okropiridze once again landing a hook, and now the guard is dropping. Barse trying to stabilize as we move in. Round number 2, I think also going definitively in favor of this representative coming out of ground control.
Yeah, he's having a little fun in there, and that's nice. And Sean's, I think, as well, you give him a nice high five after the match, but I think if Sean has to, if he wants to take over this match, be able to create some offense, because he doesn't really seem to have an answer for what Aleks is doing. He threw a nice spinning elbow there at the end of that round, though.
Absolutely. I think we're at the point right now where we need to see a knockdown. 2 knockdowns, a finish, though, from the blue side if we want a reversal of fortune. Because right now, I feel like Aleks is in the driver's seat, and I see no reason why he would stop being in that place.
Yeah, he's looking solid. Both guys not taking the stool. They're looks like their cardio's good, and they're ready to go out here for this 3rd round. But I think we're going to see a little bit more of the same probably from Aleks, coming in aggressive and taking it to him. We'll see if Sean is able to come up with an answer here in the 3rd round.
To be honest, we are seeing Aleks breathing heavily, right? Like, he is tired. He is expending energy, but I think that he is mapping out his game plan in such a way. He's expending the energy you would expect. It's a fight at the end of the day. You're going to be breathing heavy. He still has a lot left in the tank. The question is, can Barse answer back? Because honestly, in the corner, he's looking like he's calming down. He's looking like he's still thinking critically about the bout. He's not in survival mode, and that's really where you need to be right now if Dominion BJJ wants to get another in the win column for their fighter. Big trip, actually. Aleks taken down. Good leg catch. That's the second time we've seen it attempted by Barse's side. First time where it's really successful. That being said, Aleks is fine with this, right? If you don't get offense before the trip happens, Angel Ortiz is going to stand you back up. You fell over. Big deal. It's not going on the really the points card in any damning way. And so given that that's the case, Okropiridze is just right back to the exact same game plan. But what I do love is the fact that Sean Barse is beginning to adjust. It's now teep kicks from the taller fighter that's buying him space.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Sean Barse went back to his Dominion BJJ roots and wanted to take this fight to the ground, right? But he's got to remember, this is a Muay Thai fight. He's got to create. There he goes, catching that leg again. He's got to create some offense for himself. Oh, nice. Aleks with a nice lateral drop there, nice takedown. And back to it here. We got 50 seconds left in this fight, and really want to see something from Barse. You know, Aleks really has been pushing the gas pretty much the whole fight.
What I will say is that this is probably the round in which we see the biggest breakdown in terms of Okropiridze's overall striking game plan. He's no longer retreating quite as cleanly. He's not quite as judicious with where the offense is coming out. I think if anything, maybe he's just kind of hungry for the close, right? He knows he's winning this fight on paper so far. Now he just wants something for the picture book.
Yeah, he's doing a nice head movement, getting out of the way, slightly out of the way of these shots, and then coming back in. I like that head movement from Paridze.
10 seconds left. Clapper's coming out here, so they're going to leave it all out. We see Okropiridze retreat back to neutral. Barse tries to find some of the roundhouse kick. Going to be sidestep. Big hook towards the temple, and that'll be it. Barse clearly exhausted, staggered after that last shot. Still, they're hugging it out at the end here. Great stuff from both of these fighters, but really, I think this was all Aleks all day.
Yeah, great work from both guys. Not great body language from Sean Barse at the end of that fight, but again, I don't think he came out with the decision there either way.
Yeah.
And great stuff from Aleks. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with here in this this catch weight bout here at 118 pounds. He's a little firecracker, man. This guy came out and got the right hand of a dang heavyweight, man. I mean, this guy was cracking with that right hand right from the jump. So, yeah, good stuff from Aleks. Sean Barse showed definitely some heart there in that fight as well. And you know, on to the next one for him, man. He's got some good experience, and didn't use his reach and his range like I would have seen him like to do. But Aleks is a hard guy to do that against, man. He came in and he closes the distance not only fast, but he closes it hard, man. And he comes hard with that right hand, and he's trying to take your head off. And you know, that's tough. Then he chops down on your legs. So very, very tough guy in Aleks. I'm excited to see him back inside of this TCB ring.
Man, Brent, I really think that at this point, the catchweight division might just be the most interesting one to keep an eye out for here in Thai Championship Boxing. You look at that exhibition bout from earlier in the day. You look at the names like Kobe Crump still trying to establish a legacy. And of course, you got Aleks Okropiridze at the top here. I want to see some title fights, man. That's my call for the future here in TCB.
Yeah, well, we got a couple here at the end of the night here, so make sure you guys aren't going anywhere. We got 2 title fights here to finish off the night, one at 125 pounds. And one at 170. That 170 fight I am really looking forward to. Let's send it to Chris to get the official decision here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges have scored this bout 30-27 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And out of the red corner, it's Aleks Okropiridze.
Congratulations once again to Aleks and the entirety of Ground Control. And their run tonight is not finished. You talked about it a little bit before, Brent. We got Khafre Tate coming on up in one of our main events. So don't go anywhere as we throw it over to a quick break.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special announcement. This just came to our attention this evening. I think it might have just happened out in the bar area. We have an absolute battle for the ages coming up here at the Salisbury Center at Cagezilla 85 on June 28th. A TCB and Cagezilla veteran is making his pro debut right here at the Salisbury Center. It's John Soka, the Cagezilla and TCB legend. He's going to be taking on our very own, also a Cagezilla veteran, Angel, the Apex Predator Ortiz. It's going to be coming up right here at the Salisbury Center on June 28th for Cagezilla 25. We're going to bring them out to the middle of the ring and let them do a face-off real quick.
Well, I wasn't expecting this whatsoever, Brent, but we got quite the fight coming up here in June. Angel Ortiz, you've seen him manning the helm time and time again here in TCB and Cagezilla as an expert referee, but he's also an expert fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Soka taking on Angel, the Apex Predator Ortiz, right here at Cagezilla 85 on June 28th. Can't wait to see it, guys. Thank you.
Wow.